Hello guys, July here again. This time with a new Hall of Fame video, one about Andrew Gower, also known as the creator of RuneScape and the co-founder of Jagex. Even though his brothers Paul and Ian also helped with the creation of RuneScape, Andrew is often credited as the main developer because he led the project that RuneScape was prior to its release in 2001. Andrew obviously also played RuneScape, but he's almost exclusively known for his contributions to RuneScape and Jagex as a multifaceted game developer, so an overview of his contributions is what this Hall of Fame video will be about. And then an important question that you might have here is, what did Andrew actually do as a game developer? The short answer is lots of things, and the long answer is, well, the next few minutes, so let's get started. Andrew did lots of amazing things, but what impressed me the most is that he single-handedly developed his own programming language and game engine for RuneScape. That programming language is RuneScript. RuneScape was originally written in Java, but Andrew had designed RuneScript for the Jagex administrators who didn't know much about Java, which presumably means that it was initially written for Andrew's two brothers, Ian and Paul Gower. The game engine then that he developed was RuneTech, and Andrew was the only game engine developer until early in 2002 because no one else knew how to work in RuneTech at that time. Some of the things that Andrew ended up hard coding into the game engine include the combat system, some of the skills, and everything that contained a user interface, such as shops, banks, trading, the inventory, etc. Andrew also created the 3D modeler, the 3D animation software, the in-house tools, the map editor, the web server, and the website. Furthermore, he took care of the account creation system, the login system, the chat system, and other supporting systems. So for any type of system, Andrew was probably the one taking care of it. He also wrote most of the initial game announcements or news posts and the original RuneScape newsletters. So that's quite a lot, and then we're not even talking about specific in-game content yet, such as monsters or skilling methods, etc. After the release of membership in February of 2002, more staff was being hired, which allowed Andrew to delegate many of the tasks and to focus on improving the game engine. In 2002, he also began developing the original RuneScape 2 engine for its release in 2004. Even though Andrew was not as much involved in the creation of new in-game content, which was initially done by his brothers and after the release of membership also by a separate content development team, he still helped with the high-level design of bigger updates. In fact, until December of 2010, he had the ultimate sign-off on what updates would be produced, so he could veto against or force certain updates if that's what he wanted. For example, the dungeoneering skill was originally Andrew's idea and design, although it was other Jagex moderators who developed the skill and brought Andrew's ideas for it to life. Dungeoneering, released in 2010, is also the last update for which Andrew had a significant input. Unfortunately, Andrew left Jagex later that year after achieving many great things together with Jagex. Too many to add to this video, but no worries because I have already made a video about that. Back in 2015, as part of the interview that I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I asked Andrew what his biggest achievements were according to himself, and the other video is where I reveal his answers. So it's not my list of achievements, but his and what he answered. You can find the link to it in the video description for when we're done here. Andrew's last days as a director at Jagex were in December of 2010, but he kept giving advice for another 1 or 2 years. Andrew had left the game studio because he wanted to face new challenges, and he had an idea for a new game language that he wanted to pursue. He called his new company Fen Research, and he aims to create some sort of mixture between a game engine and a new programming language to make the development of online multiplayer games quicker, easier, and less error-prone. The engine itself is called Fen Forge, and their first game, Soulstrike, is expected to be released this year. Andrew's new project can be followed on his website fenresearch.com if you want to have a look. So, moving on. In June of 2016 then, the Gower Quest was released in honor of Andrew and his two brothers. If you haven't done that quest yet, I highly recommend giving it a try. By the way, speaking of honoring Andrew Gower, One of my first videos that I made was my RuneScape timeline video of 50 minutes, which was dedicated to Andrew's time at Jagex, as you can see in the title. If you haven't watched it yet, I do recommend giving it a try. Personally, it's my favorite video that I ever made, so I am happy that I can mention it here again. I think that's all for today. If you liked this video, then a thumbs up would be appreciated. The links to the other videos can be found in the video description. Thank you for watching. I am July, and I hope that you will come back for more.